Alright, let me get this out of the way first off. I think that Overwatch 2 is dead now. I think that this has been a long time coming, and I think that with this news, it's very clear that Overwatch 2 is very much dead. Now, I was going to make a fully scripted video on how to save the game, but I think that I didn't release that in time, and that we have now, you know, I think that we've just kind of hit this point of making it to where Overwatch 2 is just not coming back. I hope you can tell by how broken up and, like, weird my speech is that I have just not made any script for this video. This is straight off the chest, right from the top of my head. What do I think of this? I think it's funny as crap. They have spent 4.5 years developing a PvE game mode, completely abandoning a once-loved game. It got Game of the Year way back when, Overwatch did. And then they were like, let's release Overwatch 2, all these new characters, all this new stuff, and we'll do every 4.5 weeks, every 4.5 weeks, patch, and then every 9 weeks, it'll be a new season. And we'll do a battle pass, and item shop instead of loot boxes, which was you know, bad decision. And then they had some very questionable ways of, you know, fixing some of their problems, but it's regardless of any of that, the game is now, I think, dead. So how would I have saved Overwatch 2? What was my video? What was my script that I planned on doing? That was just, I'm just making so big a fuss about. So, you know, what I thought was, if we could make quick play like, if we could change the game to be a lot more like TF2, because this game has already obviously taken a lot of inspiration from TF2, and I think I wanted to really kind of have the team embrace that fact. I kind of wanted them to go into depth on embracing that this is just, it's a lot like TF2, and I think they need to embrace it. I thought that they could do something like make the competitive and casual scene something like TF2. Like, we had the competitive was strictly 5v5. The casual, you could pick whatever map you want to. Like have a row where you can pick what maps you want to play, and you can, it's 8v8, and there are no hero limits. You can play as many heroes as you want, like have your entire team 8v8. You can have a bunch of Genjis or a bunch of Cassidys, make it more like TF2's casual mode. Quick play Overwatch be more like TF2's casual mode. But very clearly I didn't make that video in time, and it was not going to get a lot of views, so I kind of just threw that out the window now, and I just made a tweet about it, making fun of Blizzard for making such a stupid decision so early in the game's life, because Overwatch, it's been 6 years, dang, yeah, 6 years of Overwatch, and then last year we kind of got Overwatch 2. No more Overwatch 1. There's not even no Overwatch 2 anymore because there's no PvE. PvE was Overwatch 2, but now there isn't a PvE, so where is Overwatch 2? Well, it's 6 feet under, and the gravestone's sitting right above it. It was knocking at death's door last night. It died while in our sleep, so TF2 is, not TF2, TF2 is far from dead. The community is, as long as the community's alive, the game is alive. But Overwatch was a game that really, its community was so broken up that you couldn't have the game alive with just, oh sweet lord, the sneeze monster came for me. Yeah, but like I was saying, Overwatch is not one of those games where as long as it has its community, it's alive. Overwatch is just not that game. So, this brings me to one conundrum that I care about a whole lot more. What do I do with content-wise? Well, as you can probably guess, I anticipated Overwatch's death, so I've been working on an Apex video, 2 actually. I've been working on 3 other TF2 videos, which, you know, this explains my slow upload schedule, working on 5 videos at once, so you can imagine. But I like these video essays. I like these kind of most critical talks where I just put everything I want to in the microphone, talk about it a little bit, and then pin a comment saying what I missed and what to talk about. And that's like the kind of content I like making. I like making those voice critical like videos, and I also take a lot of inspiration from Uncle Dane and Funky from Funk, not Funky, Funk. I'm stupid. Funk, TF2 communities. Funk, I like him a lot. He does Uncle Dane and Funk make some very good video essays. So I like doing those. The video essay form of TF2 content and Overwatch content is like, it's my favorite form of content. It's very entertaining and lets people know more about the game without you actually having to get them into it. And I always wanted my Overwatch content to be less on the competitive side and more on the casual side, so that way the casual player can still find some fun in such a competitive game. But the game is now dead because of the community because of Blizzard being unable to handle one game and another. So one community and the other. So, you know. So, yeah, sorry if my speech has been broken up. Sorry if I sound like I'm retarded. It is 11 a.m. and I wake up at like 8, so, and it takes me like 3.5 hours to recuperate my mind and get it all in function before I can actually wake up and do something. But, yeah. That's really all I had to say. Actually, let me pull up the script for that video let me pull up the script for that video and tell you what I thought. Alright, pieces that want to go out of the script. Overwatch's community, Overwatch has died as a game because its community is divided up into 2 categories, and it's unseparable. That being competitive and casual. And the reason why Overwatch had struggling with it is because Overwatch is 5v5, and you don't get high moments in 5v5. You don't really do that, but my idea was if you made the game 8v8 in only quick play, all these casual players can quick play, go for open queue or roll queue, pick whatever character they want, doesn't matter, and then they can go and they can do whatever they want and get those high moments, you know, win the team fight even if you weren't there, do something that, do anything you want, have a conga party in the back of conga party at Coliseo, you know, or just keep going, see who can have 1v1s next to the cart on Havana, and team with the most 1v1s wins the game, and get some XP, you know, grind some XP, you know, casual server, do all your challenges. And a lot of people like to say that arcade mode is like the fix for that. People don't want to have to go into a game mode that isn't the core game to be able to enjoy it. That's not good game balancing. That is lazily throwing something into the pile to say, if you don't like what's here, you can have a little bit more. That's not how you fix the game. You make the core game better, not add more to it. It's not. You know, they've been looking at this all wrong. Now, the thing that TF2 has to do with this is that TF2 is 6v6 in its competitive mode, and Overwatch is 5v5 in both its competitive and quick play mode. But 12v12 is the setting for casual games in TF2. It's always 12v12, but 6v6 is competitive. Overwatch doesn't do that. They make the casual game too competitive. Casual players do not want a competitive experience. If they wanted that, they would go into competitive mode. So they need to just make it to where Overwatch is 8v8, and that is, at this point, it's not going to save the game, but it would be a marked improvement, and I think for bringing PvE back would actually save the game. But really, that is about everything I have to say. I don't know what to think, man. Go check my Twitter. I'm gonna be very active there about this, because it's just a funny situation to me. It's genuinely funny to me. Check out Chris Critical's video on it. I think he talked about it really well. Check out all the Overwatch creators. God bless their souls. I don't know what they're gonna do. But yeah. Anyways, that's about it. See you, mates.